Conservation Commission meeting on February 2nd, 12th, excuse me, 2024. This meeting is being broadcast live and recorded by Foxboro Cable Access. It being 7 o'clock, I'd like to read an email that we received. It's addressed to our agent, Jane. I live near Beaumonts Pond Conservation Area. The entrance is in the picture is the Hodges Road Brookside Drive entrance to Beaumonts Pond, which I and all of my neighbors in our 5th Street area use daily. That's Hodges, Arnold, Boyden, Revere, and Brookside. In the past, we've used pallets to cross over the stream. It's an intermittent stream. But as you can see, they are in severe disrepair. With this year's wet weather, the stream has grown in size and taken over some of the walking path as well. Is there any money in the budget that we could get some sort of safe bridge across the stream? Nothing fancy, but something safer than the pallets. If not, could someone in your department place new pallets? This path across the stream is the only means of getting to Beaumonts Pond from this side of the conservation area. I and my neighbors greatly appreciate any consideration you can give this matter. And it's Ellen Berenson. I haven't been in that area in a few years, actually. So, I don't know, any comments from the board on that, or?
What they're saying, I've been there quite a few times. It's a nice path.
Oh, it is.
And brings you at the top of the ridge over the pond, and you go right down. Unfortunately, that's not accessible, for future handicap uses.
No.
Accessibility.
No.
But the path itself is good. And yes, there's a stream that's been running there for quite some time. I thought we could have encouraged scouts to do a project there, because it's easy to get the material in. Mm-hmm. And that'd be a good ego project, but no one's brought it up.
Do you have contact with scouting?
No, not anymore.
Not anymore. Any other comments? I agree, it would be a great scout project.
And it's not hard, it's relatively flat getting into that area, so.
Yeah. Have you been down there, Rebecca, at all?
I haven't.
Okay. No? Okay.
I'm pretty sure Rich knows about it too.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure he's familiar with the area. All right. We'll see if we can contact some scouting troops, see if there's any. Do you have any names of any of the troop leaders, Diana?
There's some guy named Green. I don't know if he still does
Jim
it.
Green,
Yeah.
he's been before us a number
He's
of
at
times.
32, isn't he?
Yeah,
Troop 32?
that's the
Or
only one I know.
I'm not sure which troop.
I mean, there's the occasional people they call up, like, later in the year to use it for camping, but I don't think I have any of their info
Yeah.
kept.
Can you try to reach out to Jim,
Yeah.
please?
You get 2 troops, 7 and 32. I think 32 was small, and 7's always been big.
All right. All right, it's 7:05. We have 446 South Street.
Okay. Pursuant to Mass General Laws, Chapter 131, Section 40, Wetlands Protection Act, and Foxborough Wetlands Protection Bylaw, Chapter 267, the Conservation Commission will open a public meeting on Monday, February 12th, 2024 at 7:05 in the Gala Meeting Room, Foxborough Town Hall, 40 South Street, or via Zoom, on a request for determination of applicability filed by Benjamin Ryder and Nicole Garvin for a demolition of an existing 3-season room and the addition of a 10-by-10 mudroom and attached 36-by-24 garage at 446 South Street. Assessors map parcel 175, map 175, parcel 32, within 100 feet of a wetland resource area. The application is available for public inspection in the Conservation Office at Town Hall. This notice can also be found on the Massachusetts Newspaper Publishers Association website.
Dave, come on up, use the mics, please. I was down there this afternoon, looked it over. I guess my main question is, are you going to put a basement underneath the mudroom, or is it just going to be slab?
Just a slab.
Just a slab.
Okay. Can you angle the garage just a little bit to increase the distance? Right now it's 59 feet. That's the only way I can see moving it out from that. But it is a grassed-in area. So my main concern is keeping any heavy equipment off of the lawn in the back. So all of the work can that be done from the front and work from the front of the house and work back. I don't know, what kind of footings do you need under the garage? Do you know?
4 foot.
Yeah.
What kind of footings?
Yeah,
We haven't gone through that process yet because we wanted to see if we could even move forward first with you.
okay.
You have to get below the frost line, so usually it's at least 4 feet.
Thank you.
What's the, like the topography of your yard? Is it mostly flat?
Yeah.
Or is
It's
it-
mostly flat.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to go by yet.
Now, when they go and dig out the area for the slab and the footings, do you have an idea where they're going to stockpile the soil?
I don't think we got that far.
No.
So this is your first fishing expedition, shall we say?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Even though the yard might be flat, they usually try to keep the stockpile, if you're not going to take it off site, you either take it off site or you stockpile it. And they would keep it further away.
Okay.
That way there, if you get sudden rainstorms and that, you won't be seeing it spread across the lawn towards the rear.
Let's see.
All right.
Is the driveway paved?
Driveway's paved, yes. With the equipment going in there, probably wreck it, but if we have them put a construction fence along the back and to do all a barrier, silt barrier,
Yeah.
and
On projects that are within 100 feet of wetlands, you always try to put up some type of plastic fencing, construction fencing saying, contractor, you don't go any further than this. You don't put heavy equipment further than this. And that way there, it gives you protection that they're not going to do something dumb.
Okay.
Rebecca, Tanya, any comments?
What's the footprint of the existing three-season porch right now?
All right.
You know,
No, it's got to be in this area.
All right, what I would like to see,
so it's gonna be,
when you,
Is that
as you
right?
go forward,
right, it's not a disturbed area, right?
come in with a plan showing where you put in the silt sock to keep the siltation down and the construction fence, and have that marked on the plan as well. And I'm assuming you're gonna have to get a better plan than this one
Yeah.
for actual construction.
Yeah, we need a
Yeah,
stamped
definitely.
drawing.
Yeah. So, bring that in and so that we can have it in the file,
Okay.
all right? Any other recommendations?
I have no issue with it. So the garage is gonna go on where the driveway is currently.
Yeah, partially, yeah.
Okay, so it's a paved area, it's disturbed
Yeah.
area already, so. Yeah, I think if we put in some sort of fence or erosion control that is in the back of the activities that are proposed, that works for me.
Okay.
Yeah, just make sure it's not too far back.
Yeah.
Keep it as close to the house as possible.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, you get all that, Diana?
Yeah.
All right.
So silt socks and construction fencing?
Yes.
Yes. And any stockpiling would be in front of the
Towards the
area.
street, yeah, in front of the home.
And you can show all that on your plan you're going to use for the building permit too.
Right.
Not that they care about, but it could be on the same piece of paper.
Okay.
And it can be submitted here, and John can take a look at it and advise you, it looks good.
Okay, thank you.
Have you got the form? Okay. Somebody want to make a motion for negative determination? And by the way, negative is good for you.
I'll make a motion to issue a negative determination on the request for determination of applicability for 446 South Street.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. All right. Thank you, and we'll get the paperwork out to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Being 7:15, we have a continued hearing for 46 Ridge Road, NOI 157634.
Good evening, Craig Siganowski of Rim Engineering with the owners of the property, Jim and Teresa Hines. Where we left the last meeting, there were several items that were asked to be added to the plan. So I have done that and ran it by John Thomas for his opinion.
Okay.
One of the items was that I had mislabeled the bank as high water, so that's been changed on all the two sheets. The more important was that we added a note to the plan on sheet 3 regarding the construction of the stairway that was asked for. So the contractor that has been hired gave us how he plans to build it. The pressure-treated lumber used for the posts sitting on concrete piers or footings, put in the ground by hand. The stringers will be pressure-treated lumber, the risers will be PVC material, and the treads will be the composite floorboards such as Trex or whatever other product they use. So one of the other items was where would we store this temporary dock that's removable from the water? John had mentioned putting it outside the 25-foot buffer. So on the sheet 2, where I show the existing trees which are intended to be left in place, we just showed the trees to illustrate that we do not have to cut any trees to put the stairway in.
Okay.
So behind the 14-inch oak, we just plan on putting 2 additional posts about 6 feet apart, and the dock could be laid against that because you're on a steep slope, just to keep it from rolling down the hill, so you don't have to carry it all the way up the slope. And those would be the same material as the stairway posts. Did add a note regarding the sloping, the graded slope behind the building where the patio is. Those 2 sides have 3-to-1 slope. And the owners have decided that they would use like spreading juniper or yew instead of having to maintain a lawn area on those slopes, native plantings that will secure the slope. Jute blankets if needed once they're planted to ensure that the slope stays together while it's in the process of growing. So that's been added to the notes on sheet 2. And then the question John Thomas had brought up about how is the pervious pavers going to be constructed, so that detail is added to sheet 3 with a series of different sized stones, starting with the 12-inch at the bottom, then 4-inch, then 1-inch pea stone, and then the pervious pavers on top of that. The typical pervious paver materials. I believe that covers what was brought up at the meeting, but obviously if you have any other questions that we can answer.
No, I think that covers just about everything that he had. Now, does Dinah have all of the new plans?
Yes,
Yeah, okay, all right.
I do have one question.
sure.
The top of the bank is in the 268, 271 elevation. Sheet 3, you have the water line at December 23rd, December
Yeah.
2000 at 167.
Oh,
That's a 100-foot difference.
I hope that was a typo. Yeah, the water line is, should be 267. It is a steep drop off right off the bank, but so I can correct that plan and get new copies to you.
Okay, yeah. Good pickup, David.
I know it's steep, but
Not that steep.
You can get on the dock, you just can't get off it.
Get on it very easily. Eagle Eye, catch anything else?
where was it agreed upon that the temporary stockpile was going to be? Because you have it on page 3, but don't see it on the,
That would be in the existing gravel driveway area.
okay.
Like I said, that's already, it's not, when you get out there, it's narrow, but it is gravel, that's just, nothing's been maintained out here for years, so.
So this, and that, this becomes all paved.
Tanya?
And then the walkway is all new around the
Yeah,
garage and,
Yeah.
okay. Are you paving that or cement or,
you know what material?
Pavers.
Yeah, the
Walkway
pavers,
pavers.
walkway
Pavers.
pavers, yeah.
Okay.
so when do you propose to do this? Spring?
Starting.
Yeah,
Hopefully have it done before winter. Hopefully.
by next Christmas,
Hopefully.
Not gonna start tomorrow, that's for sure.
right?
Rebecca, any other comments, questions?
No?
Have we included that?
Yeah, that's supposed to be included. We couldn't, we were discussing at the last meeting about when to put the dock in, when to take it out. And John has made a suggestion, which would go into the order of conditions.
April 1 to November 1.
Yeah.
Is that all right with you?
April 1 to November 1. I thought it was a floating dock.
That work for you?
Yeah. And sometimes it's 70, 80 degrees in November, but it might tend to get that way more often than.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, if that were to change, they could come back before you for an amendment if needed?
Sure, yeah, oh, yeah.
Correct.
I thought we were going to do something general. Didn't we talk about having some general language? Like, I don't remember what we said last week, seasonal or not a specific date,
Shall we say approximately,
approximately.
with that,
Yeah, and then that gives a little leeway for those 80-degree days.
Mhm, right.
And you could also just remember, you want it in there 2 more weeks because the weather's going to be real good. Notify the office, so,
well, if we do it approximately,
yeah.
that gives the flexibility of warmer weather.
Right.
Or
Give
cooler
some
weather,
leeway.
as the
Give
case may
some
be.
leeway.
You don't have to leave it out till November 1st. in other words.
Right.
Get that approximate? All right, thank you. Anything else? Motion to close the hearing? Oh, what?
John says, sections of the proposed disturbance within the 25-foot zone may be permitted at discretion of FCC. Do we need to make a vote on that we're going to allow this
The
stairway, platform activity?
I think that's
Is
in
it-
the order of conditions, is it not?
Yeah, we had
John,
talked about
John-
that
yeah,
last
John hasn't, this is just a boilerplate right now.
Yeah.
I'll have you sign it, he'll send me the conditions probably in the
Okay.
next couple days. Once I tell him what you guys decided. But that's what you want to put, the permanent alteration of within the 25-foot for the steps
Stairway.
and the platform.
Yeah.
And something of the fact that is determined it was low impact alteration of that area. He used that term and sometimes in his writing.
Okay.
So what are you suggesting? Are you suggesting that we include these recommended conditions following construction?
Yes, John recommended that.
Okay.
Well, wouldn't that be in the order of conditions?
Right, so we would want to include all three of them, right? All three bullet?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when we make the motion, do we just say to include those recommendations, or?
Yeah, with the conditions as recommended.
Okay.
And including the low impact disturbance of the walkway stairs. Basically, he broke it down to two things.
What's that? Yeah. So these are the conditions
Yeah,
that John had written.
if you have any objection, let us know.
John didn't send you a copy of that?
No.
Oh.
His admin this week has been out with COVID. The admin, he's in Norton, so I just was on his meeting tonight earlier.
Oh,
But she's been out with COVID for a week and a half, so he's fallen behind on a few things.
okay.
Yeah, I sent him all these things, but he didn't comment anything, so I just figured he was busy.
Those conditions were all discussed last time? You guys
Yeah,
review
they
them?
seem pretty basic, unless you have any issues with them.
No, it just means we
They just
sit
deviate.
here again, and
They just deviate from the standard.
alteration beyond means towards the water, not the other way, right? Outside of the water.
When it mentions alteration beyond the limits, he had me show, I don't know if you have the new plans in front of you, but the tree line, the scallop line. So we're not intending to cut any trees for the walkway or the vegetation right now is
Right.
very low,
Yep.
very small.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's what I assume he means when he says outside, so you'd be going away from, not towards the water, you're not, he doesn't want you clearing trees
Yeah.
beyond what we're
Yeah,
showing.
that's fine.
Yep.
But if over here, that was,
Yeah, that's fine, that's outside the jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
yeah.
Good.
And you'd asked about trimming some of the trees so you have a vista
Pruning.
is permitted instead of taking the tree down.
Right.
Okay. I'll make a motion to close the hearing.
Do I hear a second?
Second?
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? All right, we'll get an order of conditions out to you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
I'll revise the plan with the elevation and show the,
Little minor point.
Dig up 100 feet.
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
So,
Yeah,
Oh, you did close it.
No, we
Yeah.
closed the hearing. We didn't actually make a motion on the,
no.
Oh, well, do you want,
Motion to sign the order of conditions as amended.
I mean, you can say to sign the order conditions with the order of
Condition.
conditions with the conditions as discussed this evening?
Yeah, all right.
And also the revision, the revised plan that was submitted.
Well, I mean, we got 21 days to do this, so I can just update the plan, the date on the
You're just going to have to,
order.
yeah, the reference plan, we'll have to have a new
Yeah.
date. Yeah.
You want to hold off on the, when do we meet again?
March 4th.
So we got, that's within the 21 days, right?
I think so.
Close.
It's the
So
12th.
7/14, that would be 21 days.
I don't want, I don't want to go beyond.
I think you can just sign it, and then it can just, we can just put a condition that he'll revise the plan for the Scribner's error.
Okay.
Call it that. There you go. That's what we call it in planning, when you make a mistake on something,
Yep.
so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion to sign an order
On that.
conditions for 46 Ridge Road. This is DEP 157-634.
Do I hear a second? As,
As
with all the
conditions.
conditions mentioned.
and the new reference plan.
second?
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None? David, you're up. Minutes?
We have minutes for December 11th.
No, I just looked, it's January 29th. I forgot to change the date, but they are all January 29th. So we have to fix that. At the bottom, it says January 29th.
Minutes for January 29th, 2024. At that time, we had request for determination, 81 Ridge Road, and an NRAD for Chestnut Street. It did not have an actual number to it, but it's behind the Hearn School parking lot, next to the apartments, Hamilton Square Apartments. And all they wanted to do on that one was just have us approve the bordering vegetated wetland area. That's it. No other resource areas were determined. Then we did 56 Ridge Road, opened up a public hearing, which we just finished and closed. The only thing on 56 Ridge Road is the second paragraph, the roof area, the roof will use a water recharge area for new additions, chambers on the upper area above the groundwater. Then it says the driveway slopes 5 to 1 and will have a berm so no runoff drains into the reservoir. When you look at the plan, though, it's the new 28 by 26 pocket area. They have a berm along the southerly side of that area to direct the water into a stone trench and keep it, filter it out there so it doesn't go down the hill towards the reservoir. So that's the only change here. It wasn't the whole driveway. They weren't going to berm the whole driveway.
Okay.
But they burned the part that's headed towards the reservoir.
Yeah, if you look on page 2. Up here. Right there.
Oh,
Okay.
So I just wanted to probably correct that.
Okay.
It's only because it was, this is all going downhill here, that parking area.
the elevations, yeah.
Okay.
They could have maybe burned this too,
Okay. Yeah, if we want to have them burn what you just showed, it's up, yeah, we didn't discuss that.
but no. We should,
Sure.
too late now.
Yeah. And we did request for determination of 12 Cook Road and continue the public hearing for 52 West Street. Another continued hearing for 24 Water Street. And other than that, all these notes, the minutes are very good, very well done.
So you make it a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the January 29th, 2024 minutes with the slight amendment under 46 Ridge Road, second paragraph.
Second one.
We got a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, Souza, you satisfied with that, Dave, or you still?
Well, number one, John had asked that the commission receive a copy of the total plan of that whole area. If you recall, part of this area is dealing with the pollutants that were there, and we did conservation restrictions on some of this land with the state.
Yep.
And then other parts of that land we own in fee simple. We don't share it, we own in fee simple. And then what they did is, the developer came in and developed this portion and donated 2 parcels to the Conservation Commission. This plan, I think for John's sake, is very acceptable. It's in complete detail. And it shows what land we're also going to be getting, and all abutting town-owned land on both sides. Well, 3 sides, really,
Yeah.
because you got all down here, this is all conservation.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the only part that we have to discuss,
Your comment was
right there.
right there.
I walked the whole place, and they've removed all the silt barriers, they've removed all the silt fences that we asked them to do, and they have signs up where some of the properties are right next to the conservation lands. And the only thing that is a bone of contention is they filled in an extensive amount of this area in here into this, right next to this little wetland. Well, this is wetlands in here, but this is all wetlands now, and into here, which was not on the original plans.
I guess my question, was that to stabilize the road as much as anything else?
No, it's way too much. There's 20 to 30 feet of fill away from this layout line. So we're going out here and in here. And they also did a little bit more digging in here. Now, it's a little late to do anything, but
Yeah.
they're filling in areas within the buffer zone that was not allowed. And it's on land that we're getting, parcel B, we're getting
Yeah.
parcel B.
How far does it extend?
20 to 30 this way, and it drops off, 4.5, almost 5 feet in this area here. There's like a dip in this area here.
Doesn't taper down?
Nope. Matter of fact, it's rough, it's bony, no plants. The only thing you got are the trees that they, you can see the trees they planted
Along the
along the road,
roadway.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Baker's a very conscientious person working on this site with Jane and the issues that, he had, erosion and stuff like that. But somehow or another, we missed this. Bill mentioned that maybe if we issue a partial with the requirement of coming back there in the spring,
Vegetate it, clean it out.
clean it out and or vegetate it, put in, type of grasses or shrubbery or something like that, it's bony. It's not, doesn't really have any soil on it. Otherwise, the stream here is very active, going all the way down in there.
Well, we've had a lot of rain, that's for damn sure.
How would you do a partial? What is he looking for? How many lots would be released? What is he, how do you split it out?
This is only dealing with the roads
Okay.
and the drainage easements.
Yeah, they did, I think they had to do a couple individual lot ones.
But all the other lots
It's like the
are-
infrastructure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Only one lot hasn't come in for a certificate of compliance. But Diane says that, they got 3 years to do that. Extreme case, remove it, backfill, slope it where you're supposed to do it along in here. The other case, Mr. Buckland mentioned that we could work something out where it comes back in the spring,
Yeah.
revegetate it, get a less steep slope in the back, get soil on it, and put the plantings.
Yeah,
This is all open, sun.
all right.
And basically, the vegetation up in there is younger, maybe 30 years old, 20, 30 years old, dying. A lot of ash trees that are dying, just,
No,
which is unusual being that so wet.
I would say let's revisit it in the spring, because nothing's gonna get done now anyway.
No.
So, let's bring it back in the spring.
Are they in need of a COC to issue right
I
away?
don't know what they're in need of.
The roads have been accepted by the town, I believe,
Okay,
so this was the last step
yeah.
to get this tied up, wrapped up.
Like a release of a bond? Do they need something like, is that why they're asking? I don't know.
Well, that's with the planning board.
Yeah.
And that one
Planning
deals-
board,
It
I
could
mean,
be
the
a
planning board,
condition.
they do the bonds usually tied to like street trees and stuff. Once the trees have had 2 growing
it's not a
seasons, they
condition that
can
we
come
issue
back.
something? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if there's any, I mean, this thing says you can do a partial certification, only the following portions of work have been satisfactorily completed, and you list them, or you have an ongoing conditions, the following conditions of the order shall continue, such as maintenance and monitoring, and should continue for a longer period. So I don't know in the original order if there's a condition for whatever you're looking for. Or do you want to list what is done and then leave this part outstanding? That's your 2 choices. I don't think we can do a partial because it's not tied to lots.
Yeah.
Right.
He's got to come back in here too, in this sedimentation basin, because all the grass is taken hold all around it, but all this is very weak,
Yeah.
you know.
Is there a time limit for us to make a decision on a COC request?
I don't know. That'd be
Wanna-
something you would know.
That's what I was wondering too, if we push it to spring, does that, like,
I mean,
are we
there's-
allowed to push it that far? 'Cause
There's
they've
not,
already
I mean,
pushed it
we could deny it and then have it and revisit it in spring.
I mean, we've been doing this, I mean, this goes back to like November, I think.
I mean, with a notice of intent, if we let it slip, it's not constructively approved. But we lose the right to, basically regulate it under the town bylaw.
Yeah.
River Bridge.
But
So we've
I-
had this since November 6th.
We have, 20 days is come and gone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, according to Mr. Buckley, all the bounds that you see here have been set. That was one of the conditions in
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I haven't personally walked this area. John wanted to make sure we had this other plan that shows all the,
The entire area?
yeah, entire area.
Yeah.
And that, it was confirmed and stamped by them,
Yeah.
well, by someone else that works for him. So that we have this information in our file, what we own or
Yeah.
responsible for.
Should we get Buckley to come in? And talk to him in March, and then just see if we can get something scheduled to do some work out there? In April?
Probably could.
Yeah.
May?
Or maybe ask him to talk with Mr. Baker and let's have them come up with a plan that would satisfy our requirements of working in a buffer zone, filling a buffer zone that was not allowed.
Sure.
Yeah. What you see over there?
I was just seeing if there was anything on the form that says, like, when it has to be done.
This easement turned out beautiful.
Did it?
Yeah.
Great.
Working very well.
Good.
This area here, remember, this used to be land subject to flooding, with that big debate amongst the little gravel piles in here. And it's full of water now. So it's actually working, but then just a month or so ago, it was nothing.
Oh, wow.
So, or a month and a half, when I walked out there. That drains across the street here into here, and it spreads out into this wet area here. This is the state
Group home.
group home.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. All right.
I mean, I don't know when does,
All right. Yeah.
because technically these are town roads now.
What's that?
Technically, these are town roads now.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting. Well, no, the contractor wouldn't be working on the road, so, yeah, reach out to Mr. Buckley and see if we can come to some compromise on that.
Okay.
All right.
Want me to talk to Bill?
I'll send him an email and see what he wants to do.
Did you get sworn in?
I did. I
Okay.
did today.
We've got,
I gotta do this.
Thank you for printing it out.
no,
Heather sent it to me, but
Katie said it. I had Katie
didn't.
print them out for me.
Is this something we get in paper? Will we have to come and get it?
That's the test that you took.
What is it? There's two of them. One is the ethics test that you have to take every 3
Yeah.
years, and one is the acknowledgement of the receipt
Yeah.
of the pamphlet or whatever it is. It's online. It's the same, it hasn't changed. So if you've seen it before, it's still the same thing.
Yep.
They just have to tell you every
So
year
that means
about
I
it,
didn't get it.
because you don't have email.
Right.
But whenever the last time you saw it, it's still the same. The test is different, and when you have to do the test, Dave, you're gonna have to find a computer, because it's only available online.
I think I can do the test from home. I don't have to go through the email to do it.
Jeez. You come over if you need. I'll come. I'll bring the laptop.
I can do it because it's underneath the website for the town.
Is it?
Yeah. So I guess we're supposed to sign this?
I have a couple of copies for Rich and Peter.
Damn it.
Anything else?
All the rest.
Nope, I gave you the Ridge Road subdivision for next meeting.
Yes.
On March 4th, and Bill Buckley's also working on 204 East Street, so that'll be coming in the future.
Interesting.
We haven't talked about that one in a while.
Yes, we haven't.
Were you collecting these?
Yeah, Diana.
So if I messed it up.
You signed it all wrong line, didn't you?
Yes.
It's fine.
Okay. You'll have to print out another one for either Rich or Peter. Do I hear a motion?
Make the
Oh, did-
motion. Are you ready for the motion?
Unless you've got something
I
else?
have nothing else. I'll make a motion to close the meeting.
I'll second it.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? Good night.